Hey, what's up guys? Jeremy Dodson here with thedrumprofessor.com. Today we're going to be doing Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. Of course, John Bonham, one of the all-time greats. We're going to go over the really cool fill that's in this song. And as always, if you like this video, please do be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have not taken advantage of the free live one-on-one jam session with me, please definitely do so. You'll be glad you did. All right, so without any further ado, let's get started. Here we go. All right, so we're going to break this down into mini sections. The beat for that is going to go like this. So it feels a little odd when you put it in with the music, but it fits great along with everything else that's going on in the song at that time. So crash, bass, snare, and crash. Be sure there's the and before the crash, so. Now the way this is gonna go is 3 snares, 3 high toms, and then you're gonna do high, mid, floor. If you don't have the 4th tom, then just double up on your high tom. You want to do right, left on the high tom there. Right? Alright, so putting that together with music. Alright, so let's take a look at this first section here. So playing it at tempo. Now playing it slower. So there's 3 groups of bass. You do bass 3 different times. So the first time, and this is really important to be aware of where your hi-hat lands on the bass so you know that you're not doing the hi-hat incorrectly. So the first bass, you're going to do the hi-hat here. So on the second bass. And then the next group of bass, the hi-hat's on the first bass, and then the third one, it's on the second bass again. So it goes second bass has the hi-hat, then first bass has the hi-hat, then second bass has the hi-hat again. Okay, now remembering that is very important. You're also going to have heavy hi-hat during this, so not closed, but slightly cracked. All right, so now playing it through. The first step is easy. You're just going to go relatively easy. So you're just going to go crash with the bass, crash and snare and bass, snare and. Okay. Now once you do that, bass, snare, and bass, snare. So breaking that down, you're going to go bass, snare by itself, bass, snare, and bass, snare. Okay. Bass, snare, and bass, snare. That last bass there is by itself as well. So bass, snare, and bass, snare. Now after that snare, starting on that snare, you're going to go, well actually let's start here. So bass, snare, and bass, snare. So on that snare, bass. After that, snare, bass, snare, bass. So again, remember the first bass, it's on the second, the hi-hat's on the second bass. The next bass, it's on the first one. So, right? Now after that, it's just snare, bass, bass at the end. So now putting it together. And there you have it. All right, so now let's go over this next part now that we have that down, and it chills out after this, and then you get into the fill, which is like my favorite part of the song. It's a really cool fill. But let's go over this next part of the beat here. All right, after you finish that, here's your next part. So bass, snare, snare, bass, bass, snare, bass, snare, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, snare, bass. Now, there's many different opinions on how this is played in ghosts and how many ghosts and why and where and when and if there's a little double in there. I mean, there's I've seen tons of different ways to do that. So this is certainly open to interpretation if you like, but what you're seeing here is most certainly the core of what's going on in the song. So you're welcome to add some stuff. I think it's fun to ad lib, but you want to really stay close to this, if not this, definitely at first. And then you can feel free to add some if you want or take away or whatever based on your skill level and what you want to do. But so doing it again, you're going to go bass and snare and bass, bass, snare, and then there's some ghosting in here. So bass, snare, snare, bass, bass, snare, right? So the ghost, again, as you've seen in my other videos, the lower you are, closer to the snare, the softer the hit's going to be. So bass, snare, snare, bass, bass, snare, bass, snare, snare, bass, bass, snare, snare, bass. So that part's going to go bass, snare, 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 bass, bass, snare, and bass, snare, and snare, bass, bass, snare, and bass, snare, and snare, bass. Slowing it down, bass, snare, and bass, snare, and snare, bass, bass, snare, and bass, snare, and snare, bass. Okay, so. And there you have it. So bass, snare, snare, bass, bass, snare, bass, snare, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, snare, bass. So looping into that, or going into that rather, it's going to go bass, snare, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, snare, bass, snare, and bass, snare. So bass and snare, bass, snare, and bass, snare, and snare, bass. It's a lot of snares. It's a lot of ghosting. So I'm going to do it one more time slowly. Watch this. I would repeat it until you get really comfortable. And then you just go back to the, right? Just goes back into that bass beat. Okay, so now let's check out what's next. Okay, so in between the beat that I'm about to show you and what we just went over, you're also welcome to do this. Right? A little double kick there. And then that's your next part. So the next section is going to go like this. So breaking that down slowly, bass, bass, snare, bass, 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 snare, bass. Now after that, bass, bass, snare, bass, and bass, bass. So and bass, bass. And if that's difficult doing independence there, just go away from the hi-hat on that bass drum. And bass, bass, like that. So bass, bass, snare, bass, bass, bass. Now bass, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, and bass, 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 snare, bass, and bass, bass, snare, bass, and bass. Bass, bass, snare, bass, 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 snare, bass, 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 and bass, bass, snare, bass, and bass, and bass, bass. Really cool part. Alright, very good. So now once we finish that, let's check out what's next. Alright, so once you finish that, bass, 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 and then the fill comes. So basically you're just doing bass, bass, snare, snare, bass, bass, snare, bass, bass, snare, snare, bass, bass, snare, right? So and then we're going to get into the fill. Now I like to do this fill two different ways, but before we do that, let me show you one more beat before this. So in addition to doing this, you're going to do that bass and bass snare like that. Bass and bass snare, and in between there. So bass snare, bass bass snare, bass bass snare, snare bass bass snare, bass bass snare, snare bass bass snare, and fill. Right? Check it out. Alright, now then we get into the fill, my favorite part. Really like this a lot. So, on the fill, I like to do this two different ways, and it's completely, really I guess just which one you have a preference to, but as you know, John Bonham loves the bass drum, so he does throw a bass in there. But you're going to do this, and it's basically a Harita rhythm. Right? It's just a basic Harita rhythm, but you're splitting it up between the toms and your bass drum. Right? You do it 4 times. Now, slowing it down, you're going to do snare, high, floor, bass, snare, high, floor, bass, snare, high, floor, bass, snare, high, floor, bass. The other way you can do this is no bass and just do snare, high, mid, floor, snare, high, mid, floor. So you're doing mid tom instead of bass drum. Either one is fine. I like them both, so whichever way you like it, but the bass drum is the more accurate of the two because it's John Bonham. He likes basses. So, okay, so once you do that, yet again, there's another option you can do on the tom. So once you do it 4 times, this is option number 1. Basically, you're going mid, high, floor, snare, mid, high, floor, snare. And then 2 4 toms and a crash with the bass. Okay. Option 2. Yet again, another bass. So instead of the floor tom, instead of going mid, high, floor, snare, you're going mid, high, bass, snare instead of the floor. So you're kicking the bass instead of the floor tom, and that's the difference. Mid, high, bass, snare, floor, floor, crash. You're going to find that the bass drum is definitely the more challenging of the two. So you really want to do your prep stroke. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I've talked several times about prep stroke. But if you need help with that, I have a lot of my weekly students had a real problem with this. And there's a couple of really great exercises I have them do that really helped them fix that really quickly. So if you want to go over that, we certainly can. Just let me know. So basically, though, what you want to do is mid, high, and when you hit the high tom, your beater reacts. Your beater goes up as you hit the high tom. Up. All right, now those are your two options on the fill. So you got all right, so those are your two options on the fill and everything before that we went over. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And if you have any questions about what I did or need additional help with anything that you're going over, please don't hesitate to contact me. It's why I'm here, and I'm happy to help. So feel free to let me know. And in the meantime, guys, hope you've enjoyed this video, and please do have fun, stay awesome, and rock on. Later, guys.